Want to shoot a 24mm or wider lens on your M camera? Here is the problem. The viewfinder won't show you what the lens is seeing. There's just not enough space in there. The good news? There is a workaround. The unique thing about rangefinder cameras is that when you look through the viewfinder, you see frame lines for your mounted lens, but also more of the scene around them. Unlike the EVF of a mirrorless camera that looks directly through the lens and shows you what the lens is seeing, a rangefinder lets you see beyond the actual frame, which makes, in my opinion, compositing a picture much more creative and enjoyable. As with every enjoyable thing in life, there is a but. Actually, when I planned this video, I came across a lot of buts. The main but though is, the viewfinder of an M10 or an M11 has space to show you the frame of about a 24mm lens. This is an estimate. You don't even have frame lines for a 24. You have 3 pairs of frame lines, 28 and 90, 35 and 135, and 50 and 75. But there are some fantastic M lenses that are wider. The Leica 21 Sumilox, for example, an awesome and fun lens with a unique look. I did a video about that because I owned it once. Then there is the Leica 21 Super Elmar, the sharpest 21 for an M. I have this one mounted on my M10R here. Another example is the 12mm Voigtländer Halar lens. I own that as well. I did 2 videos about that. I also love that lens. It's fun, it's crazy, and it's very wide. But now, the big question. How to compose a picture when you, for example, have a 21mm mounted. There are 2 obvious possibilities: the display on the back or a Visoflex. But I use a rangefinder camera because I enjoy the system, I enjoy the viewfinder window with the frame lines, and I enjoy the rangefinder focusing system. I don't want to compose my pictures with the LCD, and between us, I hate the Visoflex. If I want to use my 21 with an EVF, I can use an adapter and mount it to my SL3 or any other camera brand that supports M lenses. So it works with any Nikon, Canon or Sony camera with a dedicated adapter. But there's another possibility, an external optical viewfinder that slides up the hot shoe of the camera. In my case, I have the 21mm Super Elmar, and I bought this beautiful vintage Leica SBK00 21mm metal viewfinder in chrome with the product number 12002. I bought that used on eBay for about $180 US. I can now slide this up the hot shoe like in Visoflex, and this gives me 21mm frame lines. And even though you are not looking through the lens, the frame lines are very accurate and work perfectly to compose your picture. But, of course, there is one problem. I cannot set the focus looking through that. I can set the focus through the rangefinder window and then compose my picture with the external viewfinder. You probably think right now, come on, this is not practical, working with 2 different windows. Why not use a Visoflex, then I can compose the picture and set focus using focus picking. But remember what I said before. Let's roll back the video. I hate the Visoflex. Let's look at an older camera. Here, for example, is my Ernst Wetzlar DRP with the 50mm f2 Sumar lens. This is also a rangefinder camera. It has a focusing window and a composition window. So you first set focus, then you switch the window to compose your picture. Of course, in our days, we have the focusing and compositing function combined in one window. But again, only starting at 28mm. And you know, the wider it gets, the easier it becomes to work with zone focusing. So for example, we have here the 21mm lens. We're going to set, for example, an aperture of 5.6. Then we find the infinity mark here, and then we set infinity on 5.6. And then we can go on the other side, and we see here at 5.6, we have 1.2 meters, 1.3 meters. Anything from 1.3 meters to infinity will be in focus. If I now set my ISO on auto and my shutter speed also on auto, I don't have to think about anything technical anymore, and I can use only this window to compose my picture because everything else is set. And I can really have my full concentration on composing. And the only thing I have to do when I compose my picture is to press the shutter button. Honestly, for me, this works fantastically. I did research and found 16 different lenses with compatible and sometimes even dedicated optical viewfinders. I put them together in a list that can be downloaded for free in the link I provide in the description. If you have any other ideas or solutions on how we can use wide-angle lenses on a Leica M, please write them in the comments. Also, of course, if you have any questions, put them in the comments as well. And please, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, that really helps. And please also subscribe to my channel, there's always more to come. If you want to know more about the Leica 21 Sumilox lens I mentioned, check out this video next. Or if you're interested in that 12mm Voigtländer, check out one of those two videos. Or, because you're a subscriber now, wait for my next video to appear in your feed in the near future. In any case, stay curious.